honestly, I'm sure someone will disagree with someone's take on this panel, because I know I will. I'm SYL Abdul, and we got some of the crew here. I think Speedy's in the drive-thru right now. But we got Jules down there. What's good, Jules?
What's up, Sal?
Nothing but, and Carlos, he'll be popping on in just a second as well too. For sure. The latest news. We had a little breaking news this morning. Oh, Carlos, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me now?
All right. Yep, we hear you, bro.
All right.
So we had a little breaking news this morning that we're gonna touch on with the Spider-Man related, which maybe we thought it was gonna be X-Men related, but a long story with that. Y'all see the rest of the topics. We want to get everyone's thoughts on Daredevil. I know Jules probably didn't watch it yet. A very interesting Batman related, I don't know, State Farm commercial. We're gonna watch that here and get everyone's thoughts. And y'all already know this is the year of Superman. I know Jules is very excited anytime we talk Superman on our Wednesday show. So we're going to touch on the importance of Superman and what's being told about, Warner Brothers, the importance of it. So interesting. Jules, what'd you forget? Oh, you forgot to watch Jada. Okay, yeah. I didn't mean to call you out. I mean,
no, I go there for a second. Good thing I was on mute. I legit forgot. Completely forgot.
I lie. I say I didn't mean to call you out. I normally call out everybody, so and they call me out too, so it's all good. It's all good.
Part of the process.
We're here. We are here now. Like we said, latest news. So we're gonna jump right into the latest news. The talk of Sadie Sink, star from Stranger Things, who was probably a part of the most talked about scene, probably like in the last 2 decades. Like everyone talked about that whole scene in Stranger Things when she was like running for her life. Anyway, then like 3 years later, we get the next season. But Sadie Sink, she was long rumored to be the new Jean Grey, right, for X-Men, which I thought would work great. Redhead, things like that. But then today, surprise, Sadie Sink has been cast. I think this is all confirmed now in the new Spider-Man 4 undisclosed role. Just initially, Jules, what are you thinking? Or have you seen her stuff before with Stranger Things, or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Stranger Things like probably half the country at least. That last season was amazing. She did a great job. And I actually am kind of relieved that she's not Jean Grey. I don't think she has the look for Jean Grey, specifically what I envision. But I love this, that she is in the MCU in some capacity, and I'm curious to see who she's going to be in this film. I hope they give her someone with powers and not just some random girl that he's in school with.
Mm-hmm. First, a shout out to Marcus. We are on X Twitter. Let me make sure I'm shouting this out. We're on X Twitter. We're on Rumble. We're on Carlos' YouTube channel and his X Twitter account as well too. So any platform you're watching this on, engage, share it, however you do, much appreciated. But interesting take there, Jules. Do you have a guess? I mean, I know you said someone with powers, but just off top of the cuff, who you guess you would be?
I mean, it would be really interesting if they actually brought back the real Mary Jane, because she does kind of fit that. Even though I would like to see a course correction there, because what they did with Collins Universe is kind of whack. But yeah, like Marcus said, maybe Starfire from the original, Spider-Man cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this MJ thing, y'all sound like a Star Wars fans, like what they call the Phantom Menace, because y'all want to retcon everything, Jules.
There was no reason for them to do what they did with Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Like, they just completely botched that whole thing.
I feel you. I'm not going to push back anymore on you on that. We got Speedy here.
Oh, what's up, guys?
What's up, Speedy?
What's going on, everybody?
All right. You got fries with that, right? They gave you fries.
No. All I had time was for chips. That was it. I got some Fritos. That's it. You can't see because I blurred.
It's all good. Well, obviously this is a casual show, so if you got to munch down, just make sure you're muted. I appreciate it.
I will.
But Carlos, your thoughts on this story? Sadie Sink, likely not Jean Grey, right? I was kind of hoping, opposite of what Jules was saying, I was kind of hoping a young Jean Grey would work for her. But Carlos, what do you think of this report, and who you think she's playing?
I mean, honestly, I was kind of like, when I did hear about the whole Jean Grey thing, I was kind of like, not taken back, but kind of like intrigued by it because I was like, man, how young are they going with these X-Men? But to hear now that she's going to be on Spider-Man, I mean, my first thought was like, because since she's played a young teenager for so long in Stranger Things, I'm like, how old is she? Old enough to be, you know, a love interest or something like that, you know, for Peter Parker. And then, you know, I started hearing, I think we talked about it in the chat earlier about this whole Starfire thing. I think if they do go that route, I really hope, since, you know, X-Men now is in the MCU, we get to, I love seeing the Spider-Man and Its Amazing Friends. I really loved that show back in the days. I remember growing up watching it, and I would love to see that, especially with this new Peter Parker who's kind of like trying to figure things out on his own. He meets these two, you know, future X-Men, and, you know, they created together. So I'm kind of hoping Starfire, but it could be Gwen Stacy. We don't know. You know, he's going to be in college now.
Interesting. Speed, I don't know if you got that this news earlier.
Yeah.
From Stranger Things. What's your thoughts on this, and who you think she's playing this undisclosed role?
Well, a lot of people think it's supposed to be a Jean Grey. That was the big rumor mill. But now that I've seen this, I mean, I think a Firestar is not out of the question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think a Firestar is not out of the question.
Let's just lean into it here. Yeah,
and you know, Firestar is still a mutant. You know, so there's still that connection. So I could see maybe that confusion. You know, where the rumor came from, the Jean Grey rumor. You know, to being this new development for casting for Spider-Man 4. I see. You know, and Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. Yeah, sure, why not?
Why not, right? Then we're gonna need an Iceman, like Marcus was saying in the chat, and late great Mikey Sutton said this before the strikes and everything got pushed back with the Spider-Man, this new Spider-Man trilogy. He put out there Firestar, Iceman, in the next trilogy of Holland Spider-Man, in that college setting, like you were saying, Carlos. So this is all kind of lining up. Now again, there's this other contingency, like Jules was saying, like, hey, can we retcon MJ? Now I'm just saying Zendaya is still in the next trilogy, so I don't think they're gonna retcon her as MJ.
I don't know about that.
I mean, if Jules ain't happy about that much, I think what they are trying to do is, though, like, again, like, since Peter is alone now, they are trying to make, you know, that if they do go this route, it's like having that same like buddy group where he had Ned and MJ. Now it'll be Firestar and Iceman.
Ooh, I like that.
Replacing them a little bit, you know. So I mean, that could be something to think about as well.
That's an interesting concept. Like you said, they're trying to follow that template, that buddy group. You know, they kind of wipe that out, at least for now, Ned and MJ. And then you want to replace that in college, right? That makes sense. That actually makes sense. See, Peter still remembers Zendaya. Yeah, I know they're trying to erase her, Marcus. I can't, you know, I'm just going off the opinions of people. They're trying to erase her.
I mean, you know, a big thing in Spider-Man's lore is the you know, the all the loves in his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just
the
gonna
Black Cat and you know, all his girl friends. You know, that encircle him, Gwen Stacy's, and the, you know, I mean, we can go on and on and on.
Anybody who watched the 90s animated series knows that Peter Parker was a little bit of a playboy in college. So would love to see them explore that a little bit.
This show, I think he does date Firestar as well for a little bit. So he's a player. He's definitely a player.
You know, he grew into it a little bit, you know.
That's usually what happens when nerds all of a sudden get some self-esteem there.
Yeah, story of my life. Yeah. So with that, because we're saying like possibilities, the only one, I mean, first off, the retcon idea, I know she's a redhead, so I get it. Everyone wants her to be MJ now, but I like the Firestar. I don't like if it's Gwen Stacy. I would hate if they cast her to be Gwen Stacy because
early.
Gwen's not a redhead. Like, if you're gonna cast a redhead, let's just let her play a redhead character. Like, let's not dye her hair.
Let's not dye her hair, ruin her locks.
Yeah, no, let's not do
that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they need to put a wig on her, but I feel you.
Yeah, let the red hair. Shout out to the redheads out there. You know I don't talk to y'all a lot, but you know, shout out.
There's
to
not that many of them. We gotta preserve the redheads.
I'm just saying. But now, so that's one thing. I like some ideas. Gwen Stacy, I don't. And then also, if this is another Ralph Boner moment, then I'm gonna hate Marvel forever. If she's just playing some kind of off-brand character, yeah. Do not do that.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that either.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing to do.
Yeah. We got that already in the first Homecoming film. We don't need that again. Like move on from it.
Yeah, don't play with us. Like I said, this is Sadie Sink. Her name has been growing. Again from a hot show. Like Jules is saying, everyone watched Stranger Things, so she's a up and coming name. Use her right. Let's use her right and get her a good role. So we'll see. We'll see. But Spider-Man 4 is getting a little more interesting as far as what they're doing now. In other Marvel news, and I guess things being interesting. We got a Black Widow update. ScarJo went scorched the earth, saying Black Widow is dead. Natasha is dead. She is dead.
It's all cap, y'all.
Dead. She says, okay.
It's
Fans
all
just
cap.
don't want to believe it. They're like, but she could come back. And she says, look, I think the balance of the entire universe is held in her hand. That's kind of cap. We're going to have to let her go. Save the world. Let her have her hero moment. Instantly, Speedy, you called cap on it.
Yeah, that's called cap. Yeah, that's a diversion play right there. Diversion tactic. Don't look at this.
I'm not the werewolf.
I'm talking about this. I don't want to answer these questions anymore.
Or she just can't say anything because
I just got out of this settlement with Disney.
Yeah, there's a sniper nearby just in case she does let out the big secret there. So obviously she can't say anything.
She's dead, Carlos. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, nah, 100%. Like I honestly that whole lawsuit thing, like they're like, look, you got one more chance. You say something, it's done. So she's probably like, look, she's been hanging around with Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh been hanging around with Andrew Garfield. He threw out the werewolf, and there you go.
I'm not the werewolf. That was one of the biggest lies. Like in real time, I think most of us called out Garfield. Like, hold on, bro. Like, we love your work, but you're lying to our face. We have pictures of you already in the film. So with her, we know the OG Avengers are coming back now. Hey, wiggle room here. Maybe she's playing a different version of the character, just like RDJ. RDJ could come up here and say, hey, Tony Stark is dead. Yeah, he's coming back as Doom, Victor Von Doom. So different character.
Yeah,
I think that's the same thing.
Or her variant is dead, but then they'll just get another variant. Like they have endless supply.
I mean, yeah, it could be like a bad Black Widow or something,
Oh yeah, I like the idea. There's early, I guess, fake leaks out there with the Avengers films, but the whole idea of you had those concept art that leaked right last week, which is that was a real thing there, where RDJ Doom could kind of build like a bad version of the OG Avengers. I like that idea if that's what you're doing. And she would fit with that. So
I don't remember what it's called. There is this it's like an audio experience podcast with Marvel that they did. It's on Apple Podcasts, and they actually do something like that. But it's like very old. Like the Avengers are very older at that point, so it's something cool that everybody should read up on and kind of look at it, because it kind of touches on that. Like Doomsday, he kind of creates these bad Avengers to kind of like take over the world type of thing. So.
Dr. Doom did that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That sounds intriguing. I know with Marvel Comics lately, like, not to get in a tangent here. I mean, obviously I read DC Comics more than anything, but Marvel Comics, they've been kind of losing me, except the Ultimate line. I know, Carlos, you kind of caught up with some of the comics, but they do have this new Doom run. I actually get I think it was a World. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it's like, so Reed Richards, he's actually the Dr. Doom of that universe.
Right.
I'll probably put what did I say? What did I say?
You because I was saying there's a new Doom run. I think it's called Doom he becomes Sorcerer Supreme, right? After Blood Hunt, and there's a new run in the main continuity. Then the one where Reed Richards is Doom, that's in the Ultimates run.
Right. Yeah. So that's the one that I'm like all invested in right that right now.
Gotcha. That's the best stuff they got going as far as with Marvel. We got Robbie Wu joining us. Says, I doubt they make Sadie Sink actually Mary Jane. Yeah, 5-star seems to be a popular thing, and I'm just reminding people again, late great Mikey Sutton. You know, he was out there a couple years on that one, and then you had all the delays and the agent strikes and writer strikes, and so that's been out there.
Happening. I think it's happening still.
Yeah. I think for sure. I think that's going to be pretty cool for, like I said, the college setup of this Holland Spider-Man. So good stuff there, and we don't believe you, ScarJo, at all with that. Now, let's transition here, and it's probably my first L. I don't have my images for Daredevil, but Daredevil has a new season, Born Again. It's definitely, been captivating. The premiere. I know people are talking about numbers and did it do as great as it's supposed to do and yada yada. I'm tired of counting people's money with that stuff and views. It's like I think enough people watched it, you know what I mean? And let's see. Okay, I got my image. Okay, no L for me. So Daredevil, I think it had a great start to the premiere. According to what's being said, when they tried to course correct it, it wasn't going to start off the way that we saw it, where the big fight with Bullseye. Full spoilers, y'all. Okay, the big fight with Bullseye, Death of Foggy. They weren't going to show all that at first, so they did add that, and then added more Vanessa in the first couple episodes as well. So I like what they did. I thought it was a great White Tiger episode as well. What's our initial thought? Carlos, I'll start with you. What's your just the start of the first 3 episodes? What's your overall thoughts on it?
So I actually like, with the first 2 episodes, I'm going to start off with saying, like, I loved how they kind of, like, tied everything in without, like, making it such a big, thing. Like, it was very simple. They did a couple things. They threw you right into this new reborn again, world. And what I liked about last episode, I wish we got more of it, but I know that's kind of like how it was supposed to go with the White Tiger. I didn't know about that character enough before. But the way he was portrayed here, the way they almost gave this actor who passed away because of cancer. They kind of gave him his send off, and I thought that was awesome. And it just made it feel so much real. And then the teaser at the end with freaking Punisher, like the Punisher logo, crazy, like nuts,
right? Yeah. Crazy with the White Tiger angle. I'm not that big on the lore of that character. I know a person in our chat room, a Music City Soul, if he watches this, he's really big up on that character, has multiple versions, right?
He does.
And so I think it was abrupt. And Speedy, you saw the first 3 episodes, right?
I saw it. Okay. I saw it, but
it was pretty abrupt. Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to the first Puerto Rican MCU superhero official. Hey, all right.
Hey.
Yeah, so big up to that. Yeah, and he he did the most Puerto Rican thing by having his superhero suit under his bed.
Talking about the croquis, bro. Talking about the croquis. Man.
And I question his Puerto Rican wife, not finding that suit under the bed, because Puerto Rican wives check everything. They're the best detectives in the world. Okay.
Yeah, but I think she knew though. I think she knew.
Do you think she knew? I don't know. I mean, I have to be, because it was literally like under the bed, like you didn't need to be you didn't need to be Batman to find that suit.
It was like literally was like some Playboy magazines, like right under his bed. Like, it's like easily found.
My amulet that gives me superpowers, just keep it under the bed with the suit. Because I gotta whip it out.
Though I wish they would. Well, just the timing of that. Though I wish they would have kind of showed, just one quick scene of his abilities. But that's why I think that someone else is gonna pick up the mantle. But the culture part of that, I'm really glad y'all were here to kind of shout that out. The Puerto Rican hero, because that's great when you do something and you're using a certain culture. Like if they're happy with it, then like that's what's up, right? You know what I'm saying? I guess he did a good job.
And there's multiple versions of White Tiger, especially even from the animated world. White Tiger is a female, and she takes the mantle from her father. So they might do that angle. Maybe they'll do the wife. Who knows what they're gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they're definitely
I
someone's
think it
gonna
was
pick
her
it up.
daughter sitting next to her in the court. It was his daughter.
I forgot
or
she
their
was pretty
daughter.
young, wasn't she? Or I
Yeah.
don't
So
remember.
they might go that route.
I have a theory. I think Marvel is gonna kind of Marvelize it, and because this BB character, I know she's the daughter of the old reporter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she were to take that mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Because like she's gonna find out about the whole Kingpin and all that stuff who killed her father and everything. So that I think that would be an interesting story. Just going off that, but who knows?
You know that they're working on the Young Avengers angle. That young team.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's actually an interesting angle there. Yeah, because they want the Young Avengers like in one of the next Avengers films. Or
so they're working on that angle. So this might be might be in the tea leaves. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Right.
There is definitely a bunch of scenes in the teaser trailers of him fighting somebody in white. So.
Right, so that could be the replacement there, and though I do feel it was kind of abrupt though, because like episode 3, I thought it was a very strong episode, and it was
a strong episode, but it was a filler. They're still building and cooking, plot cooking,
But
with it.
I always feel with Daredevil, is as much as a Matt Murdock and Kingpin story, right? So I don't have to see Daredevil fighting like every 10 minutes. I do want to see Matt Murdock do his work, and he's like using his hearing, and you know what I mean. I really enjoyed episode 3.
Yeah. Do you feel, SYL? I'm gonna ask you a question right now, and I've been holding this one because I know you're big DC. So do you feel this is like the Daredevil Strikes Back, or the Daredevil Returns? This is kind of like a little ooh to Frank Miller there on the Batman side of this kind of like comeback of Daredevil here. Just the kind of way that's it's being unfolded. Of course, in a Daredevil MCU way
for sure. Yeah, and again, it's that catalyst. You kind of change the catalyst in the show because you're using the Foggy's death. Which side note, we all saw it coming, right? We all saw Foggy was going to bite it.
He did in an interview, man. Like I kind of wish he did it.
And so, but it fit, like you were saying, Carlos. It had you connect to the past because this is just a continuation of the first 3 seasons and Defenders, and then you get this new team, right? So, I mean, they're taking elements of that Speedy, that Daredevil Returns. So I do like what they're cooking up though with this. I do like, and they're gonna do a new wrinkle to it too.
Yeah, especially when we thought he murked them cops, but I guess he just gave them a beating of their life.
Yeah, I guess broke one of their arms.
That was their BVS Batman whooping ass.
Yeah, and that emotional scream, that like they pulled me back in, they made me show my true colors. That's very like Batman Returns.
Like a Frank Miller type thing.
Again
too. Frank Miller did some Daredevil before as well.
He did.
So it's that whole. That's really what season 1 was, the Frank Millery Daredevil, right? Man Without Fear. Thing. So I mean, like I said, this is like the most DC Marvel could do is Daredevil, in my opinion, and they're killing it, man. I think they're killing it. So I'm looking forward to, like I said, all these other episodes here. I think I got the schedule. They're gonna double up. I like how they did a 2-episode premiere with the
this one episode was like, okay, we need a little bit more.
Then so episode 4. So next week is gonna be another solo show. Then 5 and 6 will double up. After 6, they may change what they do in April. So it's not confirmed in April.
But this is projected, or this is like for real?
Up to episode 6, that's for real.
Okay.
So you're gonna get a single episode next week, episode 4, then 5 and 6 together, March 25th. So that's what's up. That's what's up with that. I'm locked in, bro, with this show.
Yeah, it's a good
Robbie
show.
says season 2 is the second half of 1, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, when they did the course correction, they kind of stopped what they were going with this. I think it was supposed to have been an 18 episode season at first. Then they kind of stopped what they were doing, retooled.
Right.
So so the second half, season 2, you'll have your Defenders. That story broke a couple weeks ago. We said the Defenders was back. That story's out there. So they're going to be in the back half, or the second season, I should say.
Nice.
with that. So, and Jules, when you gonna watch Daredevil, Jules?
Yeah. So I guess a good thing for me because I'm a binge watcher. So I guess by next week I'll have 4 episodes to watch.
Yeah. My nickname for her is Binge. Like I call her Binge.
That's fine. I love
You gotta critique the first Puerto Rican MCU superhero.
What's up?
What?
You gotta critique the first Puerto Rican MCU superhero. It's in the show.
Superhero. I thought I heard
Yeah.
Supergirl. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, so I was thinking about that. Are we saying that like ever, or are we saying that like the first one presented? Because I mean, wasn't
the first? Miles Morales technically is 50%.
So who's the superhero in Daredevil? Rosario Dawson?
No, negative. See, this is why you gotta catch up, Jules.
Oh my god!
If I tell you, it'll be a spoiler. I'm already saving you the spoiler that we spoiled the whole audience. We're not gonna spoil you, okay?
All right, cool. I'll watch it.
No more spoilers for Jules, I guess.
You're not gonna be pissed off, other than it's like some really like ill like Puerto Rican stuff going down.
It's Jules. She's gonna be pissed off.
She will be mad.
I mean, it's New York, so like they have to,
she'll get it.
Some Puerto Rican somewhere.
Yeah, she'll get it.
Interesting. Well, yeah. Hey, I think you're gonna like it, Jules. It's serious. It's a pretty good show, good action. So
yeah, we all know I don't like corny stuff.
Because you was pretty much caught up with the Netflix Marvel stuff, right? The Daredevil, at least, right?
Oh yeah, I watched on every season. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you'll like this. Yes. It's literally just season 4. That's literally what this is. So, so good stuff. Daredevil. Again, we're gonna keep our eye on that every Tuesday they're dropping that. So yeah.
That's right.
I'm sure we'll be talking more about that in the near future.
Still,
probably should.
We probably should.
I just didn't really commit to it yet.
I tried
what
to
is that your time? What is it your time? 10 p.m.
It'll be 9 Eastern.
Is 9 p.m. your time?
Yeah, it's a prime time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll be 9.
I tried pulling him, Speedy, but he kept on. He's like,
I tried talking my guys into it too.
Yeah.
We could probably do between both shows. We probably could do a really big watch party.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all should do that. Yeah, I'll try.
Y'all should do that.
See, he delegated it. That's it. It's not happening, guys. Up next.
No, but I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm a big fan of the show. It's just committing to that time. I was like, Carlos already knows. I'll plan stuff all the time, and I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I can't make it, bro.
That's why I haven't pushed it.
He knows by now. Carlos, he's probably streaming me more than most people right now. So, but we'll see. Probably when they do that back-to-back episode, maybe that'll be a good time to do it. So, yeah.
I don't know. That's a long stream.
Non-committal. So let's jump to a weird video. I woke up this morning and saw this tweet I hear about this Bateman Batman thing. So let me throw this up here. It's just a random
start us from the beginning.
State Farm Batman commercial. Right. So let's set the premise. Exactly. Let's throw it up here.
Mayhem? Is it Mayhem?
Let me turn this down a little bit. First off,
is it a Mayhem commercial?
Yeah, I can't take this seriously when you start off with Kai Cenat.
Or they call Jake from State Farm.
As havoc continues across Gotham City, it seems our only hope is Batman.
Batman? Yeah, close enough. Bateman.
So first off, this is random, right? Justin Bateman just shows up. Now, first, I'm a huge fan of Justin Bateman. He was in Arrested Development, one of the greatest comedic shows ever. At least season 1 was. So it's like, okay, what's going on? What is DC doing in some partnership with State Farm?
Tell you, the suit really bunches up in the old Batcave, if you know what I mean.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Riddle me this.
What is dusk? You don't have to answer in the form of a question. What is dawn?
You don't need to answer like that.
We got SZA right there as Catwoman, just to kind of fill in here.
Do something, baby, now!
Yeah, okay. Stop. Whoa, cat lady. Time out. Wow.
Nice fanny bag.
Thank you. Rude. What is love?
All right.
What isn't love, you know?
Just toss him.
Not all protection's the same.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman!
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something.
That's hurtful.
Citizens need help with vandalism sites.
This is so random, man.
It is.
Who is that actress?
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know her name, but
We're all too
not a
old.
bad
Maybe
point.
Carlos knows.
Come on, Carlos.
I need a better
Final
view.
Jeopardy question.
I
That
need a
was
better
a
view.
direct
Rewind
clap.
it a little bit.
That was a direct clap. I have no idea what this is. I think they put her name out there. I don't know.
Nah,
who that
yeah,
is,
she's. I would have to confirm her name. Hold on. But I think she's been in a one of the Marvel shows, if I'm not mistaken. She looks
okay. Because I know someone put her name out there. I didn't know who to match it up with, but yeah, Arrested Development is, like I said, season 1 at least. It's like nonstop laughing. In that. When they brought it back for Netflix, it wasn't that funny. I think that was like season 3, but the first season was great. But we'll see if what name pops up.
Someone's a flirt.
Bateman.
Yeah, this is feeling much more Batman to me.
Are you serious, bro?
When it comes to protection, you wouldn't settle for Bateman.
They're putting a lot into this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, this was really high budget.
This is almost a short movie. What are we doing?
this is a lot. Got the Batmobile and everything.
When there's Batman, so don't
Guess he's
settle for
Robin?
just
I don't
any
know.
insurance when there's State Farm.
Who's Batman?
It feels like they did a long version so they could chop it up like
Don't
in
touch
15
that.
seconds, 30 seconds.
Well, now I want to touch it more.
Right. They got Joker.
This Joker looks
People
sick.
are loving this Joker.
Yeah, this Joker does
Like
look.
it looks like the original,
But it also looks
concept
like
of
the
Joker.
Lee Bermejo Joker from the comics, current
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah,
I mess with it.
Okay. Because I know people are saying it's
But
like
Commissioner
Tim
Gordon was
Curry.
from the Batman, so
Yeah.
Right.
I guess it was available.
But like, yeah, like I said, like the original concept of Joker, this is literally what this is. I'm really surprised at the money they're putting into this.
Oh boy. Party clown. Listen, if we're gonna be roomies, no juggling, no magic, no balloon animals. I don't want any weird clown stuff, okay?
This is crazy.
this guy's.
I don't know what to make of all
Man,
this.
they went balls to wall here.
it's. Have you guys seen the? You probably not, but there's a Kai Cenat. I think the reason why he's in here is because he actually just, I think a couple weeks ago, he did a Batman Arkham marathon. He played all the Arkham games, and between him streaming these games, he had actual like skits like this of him going through Arkham Asylum, him fighting Deathstroke and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool that they added him to this as well.
That's interesting. And yeah, it just really came out of nowhere. I don't know. It's being said it's a partnership between DC and State Farm. To what end? I mean, it's cool, I guess. But
They have no Batman content coming out this year, so they got to make money on it somehow.
Especially State Farm, all the Batman.
I knew that was coming.
Car accident. Oh, State Farm.
It's not bad though. Not bad. Not bad stuff.
How much
there.
does State Farm pay to do this?
That's what I'm saying. Like they really
a good amount of money.
This
I'll
is
tell you
expensive.
that. It looks a hell of a lot expensive.
They gotta like come out. I don't know. Like I said, if it's just one commercial like this, I don't know. Like again, what's the end game here?
Yeah,
I think somebody is a big Batman fan in State Farm, and they were like, "Yo, we got the money. We're doing this."
if they're doing that well at State Farm, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Marcus said, "I bet the budget for this couldn't pay for the catering."
It's
Superman Legacy. You're right, 'cause
They denied all those homes that got damaged in all those natural disasters, so they got all that money.
Because leave it up to certain folks. Gun Superman is supposed to cost $400 million now, is what some people say now. so I get it.
I bet the budget for this is gonna pay for the catering.
Oh man, I knew that was coming. I knew the Batman. I knew Jules was gonna cap with something, so I always expect Jules. Like
whatever.
But the Superman stuff.
Honestly, I kind of love that they did this because every time I look at Bateman's name, I kind of just automatically read it as Batman, then I have to like, go back and be like, no, there's an E in there as Bateman. So it's kind of funny that they did this. So it's entertaining. It's cool.
That was cool. Yeah. I mean, this is cool. Like, I guess, does this make me think of State Farm? I guess it's in the back of my mind now.
What's the reason for this? What's the call to action? Who the hell knows? I guess it was fun to make.
It was cool. Y'all spent a lot of money.
The call to action is don't get generic insurance, get State Farm. There you go.
I mean, it's attached to DC, so I mean, I guess you got me as a DC fan. I guess that
right.
We're talking about it, so
Michael.
Here you go.
And you got SZA coming off the Super Bowl, appearance with Kendrick Lamar, so her name's hot right now.
Yeah.
In there, so I mean, hey, that's cool. Cool guys.
I don't think State Farm wants a cross-dyed Superman.
Yeah, I don't see Superman.
Yeah, it's not very
a good product.
That's not sexy.
It's probably like animal control or animal rescue. That could be a Superman, like
lazy eye Superman. Yeah.
Where you say not the lazy eye.
They better call PETA. They need some help.
I swear. But I guess speaking of Superman, we kind of flew through our topics, but that's all fine because I know people want to order the dinner and stuff right now.
It's all Jules' fault because she didn't watch Daredevil yet.
I didn't watch Daredevil. My bad, guys.
Somebody
didn't remind me.
Oh, you see, I just passed the buck. You see how this works? I swear. Moving on.
You're the boss. You got to keep everybody in line.
Moving on. Final topic: Superman importance. What are we talking about with this? There is a recent report.
But he's looking straight there, so I don't understand what the problem is.
Nah, if he kind of looks close enough, his eyes a little.
It's a little laziness there. Yeah.
No, according to Gunn, it was a special camera.
Gunn doesn't know how to use cameras properly. He has problems with lenses.
And it gave the image. This is what Gunn said. It made the illusion that his eyes were crossed, but
that's why his arms look so rounded. It's the lens.
Exactly. See, there we go. So, according to the report, I had a stream last night and covered a lot of things. My Zack Snyder stream that had some WB stuff where they may want to fire DeLuca and Abdi. That was a whole nother story. Yeah. And replace it with Saffron. But again, that's a whole nother story.
Craziness.
You mean the person who's already there working? Wow.
Yeah, that hasn't accomplished anything. It just has a lot of L's. Yep, that guy.
Co-head of DC Studios, and maybe he'll get a W with Superman. Then they promote him. Maybe a
lot of brown nosing going on over there.
It's Warner Brothers. But among that report, I want to get y'all thoughts on this particular. What came out of that? Okay, so the whole marketing thing, because Speedy loves bringing up the cross-eyed Superman all the time. But so the marketing thing,
yeah.
So. The timeline, I kind of explained this last night. The timeline is you had the marketing guy under Warner Bros. That did Barbie. They made Barbie an international success. Mm-hmm. They just up and fired him, right? Like earlier, late last year.
I saw that. You ran a lot of
you were all over that.
You were all over that. So
they fired him, right? And then you had this they elevated someone from a felon department. Long story there to run the marketing. And then they got out the first teaser trailer of Superman, which I thought actually was good. The whole teaser of the teaser. That was I thought they did a good job initially with that. Then you had the weird marketing, the eye issue, and things like that.
The TikTok reels.
And then all of a sudden it comes out, a story comes out, Zaz's not happy with marketing, and DeLuca and Abdi may be on their way out of Warner Brothers. Along with that, they hired a special consultant team to work just on Superman. No other Warner Brothers films, just for Superman. And as I was saying yesterday, they put out, that's when Gunn posted this picture because they're kind of resetting the marketing of Superman. Now, that's a choice, but this is just saying, hey, we're kind of starting over, This should have been the first picture they ever came out with. I mean, I think Carlos, me and you was talking about that. This how you should have started last year.
Yeah. Not him sitting on the couch, not him, Now this would have been great because then it would have kind of like had everybody like, okay, I'm intrigued. What's going on here? We're in the snow,
right?
And then
right.
Throw in that little side photo later down the line. Cool, but like not yet. They're just backwards right now.
little backwards. Then Gunn puts this out, and I'm like, okay, it's a choice. The engineer. I mean, I'm not mad at this. The engineer fighting in that baseball stadium, right? We saw the behind the scenes stuff. So this new consultant team who has ties to Disney, they did The Force Awakens, Star Wars, which I think all four of us could have marketed Force Awakens. It would have did $2 billion at that time. You know what I mean? Everyone was going to watch that.
Of course,
I can't give them a W.
Of course, they go to a vendor that was used by Disney. I mean, James Gunn clearly doesn't know how to make his own decisions.
So we got the Disney connection for the new
Disney
marketing.
costume makers, apparently.
And so all, well, they just use the same costume.
Yeah, same.
But they just passed over Star Wars costume,
Pass
right?
the buck. Just got a list today.
So with
Sounds like my job.
The new consultant team, they're aiming for CinemaCon. That's April 1st and Vegas. This is the theater exhibitor event. And the theater exhibitors, they love James Gunn. Critics love James Gunn. The exhibitors love James Gunn. So he's going to be there or beam a video or something. And we're expecting a new trailer. And they may even show some footage to them. It may not be public. April 1st. Now, the point of bringing all this up, because when we was talking about the upheaval in Warner Brothers and Safran may take over and things like that, they're expecting all the other films to lose money this year for WB. Superman is the one they're keying in. That's why DeLuca and Abby may lose their job because because Zaz have put that out there to get ahead of it. He's like,
Really?
these
They
Mickey
say that
17.
in like a shareholders meeting or something.
The article
unquote?
came out there. This was like almost like a hit piece on DeLuca
Really?
and Abby.
Okay.
Like, because someone's Warner Brothers snitching on each other. That's what they do.
Yeah,
but
that's what they do.
Mickey 17 just came out and they spent $120 million on it. Only made $20 million domestically.
I wanted to see that movie.
That's an L.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be about.
That's a flop.
I did see it was a trailer in Super Bowl for that movie, right?
Yeah, there was.
And I wanted to see
like
that movie.
TV spot.
Yeah. TV spot, and I wanted to see that one.
Actually, it was just online. Actually, if I'm on correct,
is it
myself.
only streaming only?
Yeah, it didn't run during the game. Warner Bros. Didn't spend any money during the
movie
Super Bowl,
theaters,
broadcast.
No, it is in the movie theaters.
Okay.
And so that loss, that's a flop. I still want to see it.
I want to see it though.
Jong Ho, the director of Parasite.
It'll be on Max in a couple weeks, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure for you, Jules. I'm sure. Yeah. So they're losing money. I think they're going to lose money on Minecraft and other stuff they're putting out.
Right.
So it's all on Superman.
That Minecraft looks horrible, by the way. Oh my god.
It does look. I mean, I'm not a fan of Jack Black anyway, and then Momoa looks kind of weird in that. But
I thought Momoa makes money automatically. So.
Oh, here we go. I knew that was coming.
I just said he looks weird. I didn't say it won't make any money. But anyway,
you guys just said it was gonna be a bust.
Now, if you add Momoa to Supergirl, then I think you make money with that, Jules.
We'll see.
Give me some horns.
Oh, now you know. That's the horns.
But long story short, so that's the premise of Warner Bros. For this year. They're putting all their chips on Superman. That's why they got this new special consultants team. And that's why Safran may get elevated if it does well. I mean, if this film, I already said it's probably like a $600 million film, in my opinion. If the audience love it, because I know the critics are going to like it. If the audience like it, then it could probably get 800 million, in my opinion, with that. But we have to see, the performance. Just your thoughts is Speedy. Is this putting too much on one film? Like this Superman film is relaunching DC. Gunn's job is on the line. What are they putting too many eggs in one basket?
Yeah, and I don't know how. I mean, I'm assuming if you're James Gunn right now, you think that you have a really great movie, but it needs to still, a lot of things need to happen to get the final product in, and whatever they have right now, it seems not to be resonating with whoever they have their test their test screenings with or whatever like that, and that's why we're getting all this news. You know what I mean? It might be a situation where, and this happens a lot. This happens, what was the last movie? So Captain America, Brave New World, right? Critics versus the fans. Fans were like, "Hey, it's not that bad," and the critics were like, "This is pretty bad." And that happens a lot, especially in our genre of movies. So I don't know if James Gunn wants to be in that situation. Maybe the third and fourth movie in, yeah, well, whatever. We made a creative choice, and we thought the fans would love it more than the critics, and that's why we ran with it that way. But that's the play for your first movie. I think that was his play for More Creature Commandos. Was the okay, we're doing this for the fans, for the sweaties, I would like to say, and the deep cuts, and the deep DC lore, and to play around with that with Superman and not resonate with critics when you need kind of the critics to be at least, hey, it's Superman, cool, at least be lukewarm to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a tall task. I mean, it was tough enough just doing this reboot. But Carlos, what do you think? Again, they're publicly putting it. Well, I would say it's more like WB insiders saying, "Hey, everything is on Superman." But what do you think, Carlos?
I mean, you've touched on it multiple times as well. I mean, it's like they kind of put themselves into this position because like this is all you have this year coming out when it comes to DC. And really Warner Brothers wise. I mean, you have all these you have Sinners and stuff like that coming out, which I think will do decent in the box office. But I mean, again, you said it as well. When it comes to Gunn and this whole Superman, yes, it's very important. I think it is going to determine a lot, but I don't think everything is only solely riding on Superman. I think, like you're saying, like there's going to be. If Supergirl bombs, then yes, then everything's gonna be like, all right, let's wrap it up and all that stuff. So, there is a lot of pressure in this film, but I feel like it's more of a like, if it does good, they're gonna praise Gunn to the end of the freaking universe, and if it does bad, then it's like, all right, what's next on this slate that he has so far already in development, and if the rest of them do bad, then it's like, all right, yeah, now it's time to scrap everything. Maybe at that point it'll be just let's throw DC in the stock market and see what happens later down the line. But that's what I think. Honestly, I definitely have never seen a movie like this that has all these eyes on it. I've never seen that before. It's nuts. But yeah,
I'm and definitely I want to make sure that distinction is made. Is the and you said it perfectly, Carlos, but I'm just reiterating. The pressure for Warner Brothers theatrical is on Superman. The pressure of this first wave of DC projects is not solely on Superman, because you got Peacemaker coming out streaming, Lanterns is going to be out next year, and Supergirl with Jason Momoa should do well next year. So they have this first wave, but as far as just Warner Brothers theatrical, the pressure is on Superman, right? So I just want to make it clear, because I know some people will probably think if Superman, let's say Superman does like Brave New World, right? Brave New World is not going to hit 500 million, right? Is what they're saying right now.
Right.
So if Superman does that, if it nosedives like that, that's not the end of Gunn's first wave of DC. He still has more projects coming. But theatrical DC, like, hey, maybe we want to hurry and get that Batman film done or something, or something like that for DC.
Yeah, it's just crazy because like this is all they have this year. Like, all they have is Superman. Like there's everything else.
Well, that's what happens when you penny pinch as an organization.
Yeah,
it sounds like work.
I mean, I'm just being for real. I mean, they've been cheaping out this whole time. Zaslav has been saying since he came on board that he doesn't want to spend any money. WBD's like in a hole ever since they took on WB. And in a perfect world, this movie, there wouldn't be that much riding on this movie. And even in a more perfect world, in another universe, probably, it wouldn't even matter, because Superman would have been a guaranteed billion by now. Yeah. But
if you had Cavill, yeah,
exactly. Like, they could have played their cards completely different. Even if they would have continued the Snyderverse, and not to bring that up, but even if they did that and they rebooted, they would be in a much
remixed the Snyderverse. They could have still played around with the idea, and they were kind of going to do that,
right?
In a weird way.
They would have still been in a much better position if they would even have done that, versus where they are now, where it's just confusing the audiences. We don't really see much of Corn Sweat as Superman. All the marketing is not centered around Superman for a Superman movie. So, what are they really doing here? So, I mean, we'll see if CinemaCon actually gives us any new promotional material there. It just seems like with this movie, less should have been would have been more if they didn't had come out with all these weird promotional items with Guy Gardner, these weird little pictures. You know, the crypto thing during the super dog thing during the Super Bowl halftime. What is that thing?
Yeah, Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, the Puppy Bowl. They actually had great reception with that first initial trailer. They should have just rode that wave for a little while and done smaller drops, you know, tease Superman little by little. And then when the time came, then you do a full-fledged trailer.
Yeah.
But
I saw people who could give two craps about genre stuff share that first Superman trailer.
Yeah,
right.
That was a hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Less is
They
more.
did a good job with that.
James Gunn had to do all his weird stuff. Sorry, go ahead, Carlos.
No, like the whole Guy Gardner thing and like releasing some of these other, you know, Mr. Terrific. I think that would have been something cool to kind of like save it in the theater. Like we didn't need that promotional base for this movie because everybody's seen it and they're like, okay, like yeah, this is cool. Or some say it's cool, some say it's garbage. But like, you know, it's like. Whose film is this? Are we promoting Superman film?
Exactly.
You mean you didn't need to know that Red Hulk was going to be in Brave New World? You would have still watched it?
I think it would have got the same numbers, or
Yeah,
it probably would have
so?
got a little better off of word of mouth, you know?
Yeah.
If you didn't give away the Red Hulk.
Right.
In my
they really
opinion,
gave up the whole scene.
There was one thing that you talked about, Syl, in your videos. You talked about the Mickey, what's the movie called?
Mickey 17.
Mickey 17, that they had a test screening that tested higher than what they actually released in the theater.
Wow.
That's like asinine sounding to me. Like that's like you have
Who's
hard
running
research.
these studios?
You have hard research. You spent money. You invited regular fans to go watch a movie and tell you what they think about a movie. You have a hard, actionable research in your hands, and you decide to go opposite of that because of whatever.
Wait, Speedy,
are you kidding me?
So you're saying the company that has historically ignored and dismissed the fans has once again ignored and dismissed the fans?
Yeah, they did. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, at their own expense because they had you know, obviously
they
they
get that with a straight face, Jules.
Yeah.
You couldn't. You know.
Now I know why Jules doesn't have the camera up. You know, this is why she does it. I get it.
It would have been funnier if she had the camera.
But I swear, Warner. I'm not surprised when I saw that story. I was like, y'all had a better version of this. Of course, Warner Brothers. You know.
Oh my god.
Of course, you're not going to release it.
My god.
I see the director's cut going up on Max soon, though.
Put us all out of our misery.
Yo, so I said that the other day. I think Max needs to have a catalog of the unreleased cuts.
Of director's cuts?
Might as well at this point.
Might as well.
There's so many.
Yeah, it might have been.
Conquer, you know, Air.
Unreal, bro.
This is embarrassing.
It really
For them.
is, man. But and again, just the pressure with Superman. I mean, like I said, there's other people starting to put out there like, hey, let's not worry about these numbers, guys. You know, but we know it's always been the thing with numbers with comic book movies. You got to
especially
make
with
money,
this new regime.
Yeah, Black Adam. It was really hard on that film when that came out, and obviously Snyderverse stuff. There's always a connection there. But if you had Henry Cavill Superman coming out this year, it markets itself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And with this Superman, Cornsway, he's very unknown. I like his work. He's in smaller projects and things like that. And you're kind of selling like pretty much what everyone's kind of suspecting. This is a ensemble film, according to the first test screening. I don't know what Gunn fixed after 2 and 3, but it's Corn Sweat and it's highlighting DC, which I think I'm gonna like that aspect actually. But then it's not really selling him. You know what I mean? So
and
if
that's
it
the
works,
problem.
great. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This is the first ever Superman movie that is solely titled Superman, not Superman the movie, not Man of Steel. It's literally just titled Superman, and it's barely about Superman. We've barely seen Superman. We've probably seen Crypto more than we've seen Superman at this point. So it's what are we doing here? It's just a waste of a title, and it's a waste of money.
We see Crypto more.
We've seen Crypto more than we have seen Corn Sweat Superman. We saw him in the trailer. We saw him in the Puppy Bowl.
Man.
We've seen him in promotional shots.
We've seen Guy Gardner during the Super Bowl.
It's not even bringing up Guy Gardner because why?
Oh man, but hey, that is what it is. I mean, they are making creative choices with this, and to kind of wrap this up, like that's no matter how you feel about James Gunn or Superman or whatever, it's going to come down to just what it actually does, the performance, the numbers. That's Brave New World. Again, we see what's going on with that and how, hey, it's going to, like I said, make about 400 million. Pretty much what people was thinking with that. The critics didn't like it, and the audience is kind of lukewarm, really. The audience ain't really, praising Brave New World either. But with Superman, James Gunn, I always say this, he's going to have the critics. Okay, the critics likes James Gunn's movies. It's the heart and everything he puts into it. He's going to get a pass, and the checks will clear.
I think that'll be worse.
Clear.
I think that's
the
worse.
fans don't care about the critics because they're always on opposing ends.
Yeah.
Well, and so it's a combination. So like Brave New World really had neither critics or audience really.
Well, it was just a movie.
Audience wasn't going hard.
It's just a movie.
Yeah. If Gunn has the critics, it's up to the audience score for this to make or break, Superman, in my opinion there. And that's what it's going to come down to, really, That's what it's going to come down to. Like Mark is saying, he predicts a 68% second week drop for Superman, which would be more than BVS. I think that's why you put that number there. So we'll see. It's up to the audience, man. That's really all this stuff comes down to overall. So as we kind of zone out here, we kind of hit the topics pretty quick today, but that is what it is. Coming up for the platform again, I've been pretty busy as far as busy putting content out this past week. So we're in a good pocket, good zone right now. So it'll be more stuff to come across all the platforms. Speedy, you doing your usual thing, right?
That's right. So every Tuesday we're live 8:30 Eastern Standard Time at the Geek Culture Congress podcast on my channel, Speedy's Multiverse. Go give me a subscribe over there, and you can be part of the conversation. We're live there. And if you just want to consume the audio version, you just find the podcast, Geek Culture Congress podcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Good stuff. Because I gotta start putting out audio stuff as well too.
Yeah, you got to.
The
audio side of the stuff is big. I get so many more plays on audio than YouTube. The YouTube game is vicious, You already know.
YouTube is all about that algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm. But on audio, audio plays.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, because a lot of people they just like to pop in their earbuds, and, what I'm saying, hear what you got to say. So I do a lot of my stuff is y'all see is like more visual, but I'm gonna try to just kind of present it in a way where even if you're listening, you could imagine the cross-eyed Superman or something. I don't know, but we'll see.
Lazy guy Superman strikes again.
We'll see with that. Carlos, what you been up to, man, with the content?
Man, honestly, it's full on basketball season. Actually, I'm at the parking lot right now. I'm about to get ready to go play a game tonight at 8:30. So I've been streaming that live lately. I did join a gamers group. So we should be doing our first official stream. We're called Day Night Dreamers and Nighttime Streamers or something like that. I know it's DDS. So part of this new group. And then just been pushing forward, man. Officially, finally, Real Talk Productions Inc. is a corporation. So I have a website with a bunch of merch coming out pretty soon. So yeah, man. Just been busy.
Congrats, Carlos. Big step.
Yeah, good stuff, man. And like I said, with this DC stuff cranking up, I get more active when DC's in the news, as people know, or Zack Snyder. So this is gonna be an interesting summer. So I'm sure I'll be pulling Carlos in a lot of streams. When we get closer to Superman. And now someone that I probably won't pull in every Superman stream is Jules. What you been having your eye on out there over on Twitter? You're gonna follow her handle there, Jules _91.
Baseball season's about to start. Yankees are already a hot mess. So you'll be seeing me complaining over there from time to time. Just tweeting random stuff that pops up on my timeline. And I guess you and I will be on Mondays doing our Indie Rationale podcast 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. Indie Rationale, having a great time with that. You kind of giving like world news. And we've had some Diddy talk a couple weeks ago, so we just touch on everything over there.
Yeah, we might have to talk about Wendy Williams soon.
Yeah, that story did come up there. So definitely check us out over there right now. It's exclusively on Rumble.
What was that, Carlos?
Have y'all heard the R. Kelly?
What
He
more
just
R. Kelly?
dropped him from jail. Yeah.
I heard about something about that, but is that real or?
Yeah, no, it's real. He dropped a remix on Chris Brown's Residual song from the jail. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a hit.
Is it any good? Yeah, it's probably good.
I'm sure it's a hit. He's messed up, but he can make good music.
Yeah, he's talented. He's a piece of shit.
He
but
starts
he's
the whole mix with like a phone call, and then he answers it. Oh, they're calling me. I gotta go. I got 2 minutes. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I'll send it to you.
That's wild. I think you put it in one of the message groups. I think so I have to make sure I listen to that. But interesting, and that's the type of stuff, like tabloid type stuff. We touch on that on the Monday show as well with me and Jules. Good time there. So we're gonna go and slide on out of this one for the Wednesday crew. We filled out the hour, so that was great. Great timing, everyone. Much love to SYL Nation. We sliding on out. No music. We just